Maybe it's actually going to let me. Hey, it's Albie from Luminescence Heart Centered Healing, and I'm about to do a midweek reading. Um, I just thought I'd check in with the energy. I know lots of people are going through some heavy shifts at the moment. There's some crazy energy going on. There's Mercury, not Mercury retrograde, Venus retrograde, sorry. So everything that we love, everything that we hold dear, we're being asked to use the energy of Venus retrograde to sort of, what's the word? How you say it? To reassess all of these things and, clear things out and all of that sort of stuff. Um, and I know some people are sort of, it's almost like, it's not like we get a choice, right? It feels like we're kind of, it's go or be dragged kind of thing. I've noticed with this. So be prepared to be dragged and be kind of like, don't take everything so seriously. I think that's my best advice I can give you if you're feeling that way. If things are really intense at the moment. But for you, just try not to take it all personally. Look at it as being in the cosmic washing machine. You know what I mean. Yeah. Anyway. So, looking for a reading. Truth and guidance for the rest of our week. Some indications of what to expect and how to get through them. Through whatever happens, what comes up. Let's have a look. First card. What sort of energy can we expect for today, tomorrow? Depends on where you are. In Australia, it's tonight, so tomorrow for us. And for all you guys in the US and in the Northern Hemisphere, I guess it will be today. Oop, there goes one. There goes one. It's the 7 of Cups. Decadence and indulgence. Okay. I don't really know what that's trying to tell me. It doesn't. Maybe it's just one of those ones I just accidentally flipped out. It's not actually meant to be telling us anything. I don't really feel like it. And maybe it'll come up later, but I don't really feel anything from it right now. So we'll put it to the side and we'll see if it makes any sense with the rest of the cards. So, energy for today, or for the rest of the week. This is the first card that comes up for us, the Emperor. All about masculine influence, power. Doesn't necessarily have to be. This is more like the divine masculine, not the wounded masculine energy. So this is action, taking action, moving things, doing the things. Like people like to say, it's doing the things, and knowing your power, building things. Those kind of things that we associate with the divine masculine. Let's have a look and see what else is coming up. So what's for the rest of the week? Okay. Oop, here we go. Something just flipped up there. The 7 of Pentacles. Wow, they're really coming out today. Bondage, the devil. Okay. First thing I'm getting here while just looking at these cards is this. This is a message from the divine masculine, okay? Or maybe it's a message about your divine masculine part of you. Sometimes I think with this can be like opportunity, but it can also be regret. It's like the 7 of Pentacles represents things in the past that didn't go wrong and you being caught up in that. So we've got masculine influence, right? We've got worry about the past and worry about the repeat of that past. Sort of like, you know, maybe the best example I can give is like, you know, building a business or building something in the world, you know, like career, that sort of thing, and things went haywire, and now you might be a little bit afraid to take that chance or that opportunity to do it again in case the same thing happens. And it's kind of keeping you stuck, all right? So bondage is about it's about being stuck in a rut. It's about being kind of not wanting to move. It's about staying in your comfort zone as well, though. It's kind of like the comfort zone that you complain about, but you won't leave either. She's tied to the rock. She's not going anywhere. These are like guidelines as well. But they're stopping her from moving. So she feels like she's got herself backed in a corner. That's what I'm kind of getting here. So backed in a corner. You're backed in a corner by your own kind of, perhaps it's saying, don't let yourself get backed in a corner by what's happened in the past, because the past is gone. And this is the same message that we got earlier in the week as well, a little bit of this kind of thing. It's like not letting the past affect your future. I'm going to pull a few more cards and see what comes out. So that feels like, to me, it's only half the story here. So what's the masculine? What's the Emperor influence all about? I'm going to get some clarification on that. Although that could actually, now that I'm sitting here thinking and looking at this card that fell out, and it's kind of like saying that what we, you know, overindulgence, going over the top with the masculine energy, being too gung-ho, being too action-taking, and being too forceful, could actually force you to miss an opportunity and leave you stuck in a place where you don't really want to be, but you know, you're kind of still happy there, I guess. It's not too bad, but it's not the best either. So there's two messages. So yeah, something either coming up or something just recently passed, where action was taken but not in the right kind of frame of mind. It was all about, let's just get this done kind of thing. That's the kind of feeling that I'm getting. Let's just get this over and done with, and being forceful and not really being careful with the way that you were doing things, perhaps maybe not taking time to think and take a balanced approach and kind of integrate that divine masculine, divine feminine energy within us. There's times when you have to channel one or the other, but most of the time we want to be able to kind of balance them both out, because too much of one or the other can create this kind of like ripple effects through our lives. So yeah, going over the top, going overboard with male masculine influence, or like this need to build things, to get things done. It's almost like trying to make up for a missed opportunity, but still trying, you know, trying so hard but not getting anywhere, feeling stuck, because it wasn't thought out properly. What was going on wasn't thought out properly. It wasn't done in a way that, you know, there was a solid foundation behind it. There wasn't a plan to it. It was just kind of a spur of the moment, swift decision type of thing. And pull some more cards and see what we've got going on here now. Okay, if I turn my deck up the right way, because I've flipped it over. Okay, so Judgment. Okay, I think we're coming up with what's our advice cards here. Judgment is about putting the past to rest. So leaving that shit behind, okay? We need to leave that shit behind and stop doing it. I think that's what it's saying here, okay? Leave that shit behind, stop doing it. Stop not thinking things through and going overboard with this trying to make up for stuff, trying to do things, I'm getting sort of like overwhelmed, trying to do too much at once, trying to make up for, like overindulging in work, being a workaholic kind of feeling and missing out on lots of opportunities because of that, but also trying to make up for this lost opportunity. So yeah, and feeling stuck because you keep not getting anywhere no matter how hard you try. So we're being asked to put that behind you. Okay, this is the same message as I got last time. It's funny. Do you think they're trying to tell us something? Put it behind you, walk away from it, put it down. Whatever it is that you're overindulging in, that you're overworking on, whatever it is you're trying to make up for somehow, put it behind you. See, here's the swift decisions that I was just talking about. Like, yeah, really trying to. It's like, I'm just going to pull a few more cards. Oh, yeah, here we go. Alright. Okay. So what I've just pulled is caring for yourself. 8 of Cups, I think that is. Oh, no, 8 of Swords. And the High Priestess. Okay, so now we're finally finding some balance. So overindulging, overworking, doing too much at once, trying to make up for a lost opportunity, and just keeping on finding yourself stuck in this kind of bondage situation. It's like you can't get out of that situation. You're stuck. There's a block. There's an invisible ceiling there, or what I sometimes describe it as in my own life when this happens is being cock-blocked by the universe. So the advice here is put the past behind you. Somehow you've got to try and let go of these missed opportunities, this overworking. What's the word? This workaholic kind of attitude, and it might not be about your actual work. It might be just something that you're really obsessed with, something that like you just can't put down, an addiction, an obsession, something like that. Okay, yeah, an obsession over a missed opportunity, and I'm not really getting what it's about, but I'm pretty sure that, like, you guys who know and this is resonating with will know what I'm talking about. So this is about, overdoing it to try and make up for missed things, missed opportunities, and finding yourself just stuck and not actually making up for them at all, but just finding yourself dead, exhausted, overworked, underpaid, all of that sort of stuff. So the swift decisions, it's kind of got me a little. It seems out of place in my other role, you see. I see putting the past behind you. I see caring for yourself, and I see bringing in some of that divine feminine energy, which is the High Priestess. Divine feminine in the kind of mystic capacity, like using your intuition and listening to your inner guidance, which you probably aren't doing if you're experiencing this scenario like the top. Like you stop listening to your inner guidance when you get obsessed with something, or you can't stop putting things down, like when you can't put your work down or whatever it is that you're obsessing over or trying to get done or trying to work through. If you're not putting that down, you often disconnect. You disconnect from your inner guidance. You disconnect from your actual heart and from the way that you're meant to be going. And that's what creates this kind of bondage situation. Blocks is what they are. Swift decisions. So yeah, looking after yourself and balancing out that with time to yourself, time to meditate, time to sit quietly and listen to your inner guidance. Self-care. I read something the other day and I agree with it, and I've written a post or a blog or something like that a while ago saying the same thing. Self-care isn't just, eating chocolate cake and getting your nails done or going to a spa. Sometimes it's like taking time out for yourself. Sometimes it's listening to what's going on within you instead of just bawling ahead and, you know, um, making things worse by not listening to where you're actually meant to be going and ending up in this rut. Right, a few more cards. This was meant to be a short reading, but I'm having such a good time. I just want to keep going with it. So I'm going to get some. I'm going to look for some guidance on the swift decisions. See, this decadence seven of cups cards just proves that everything happens for a reason. I didn't think that that had anything to do with the reading, but it actually does. So, everything is interconnected, isn't it? Okay, so what have we got here? Swift decisions. What does this mean in our solutions as a solution? I'm not sure if it means like quickly just kind of changing tack and going from overworking to not doing anything at all. And I wouldn't recommend that either. It's always about finding a balance, isn't it? Let's have a look. What's the guidance in swift decisions? How does this work? How does this fit in? How can we make sense of this? The Hanged Man is what I've got. In relationship bliss, but that came up reversed, so although none of these cards are meant to be reversed, so I think we'll read it the right way up. Okay. Alright. This is kind of almost like it's completely out of place, but I'm sure, as we've just seen, that it's part of the story, it's part of the thread. So making swift decisions about this kind of the Hanged Man is about suspense and waiting and all of that stuff. So something he's going to change when you put the past behind you. Okay, that's what it is. All right. So when you worked out what it is that you need to let go of, what it is that's keeping you stuck, that's keeping you in this cycle of overworking, trying to make up for lost time, or trying to, well, I don't need to go through it again. We already know what I said. Trying to make up for lost opportunities by being too intense about stuff. When you work out what that is, how it is that you need to, what it is that you need to put away and put it down, like what it is that you need to do for yourself so that you can put it away and put it down finally, forever, resolve it. It's going to change the energy very quickly. That's what's going to happen. The energy will change very quickly, and this Hanged Man will change. It's saying, like, it's the same thing. It's this bondage, this stuck, this waiting. When's it going to happen? When's it going to happen? I just keep trying and nothing's happening. That's what I'm kind of feeling with those ones. But it's going to change. It'll change very quickly. It'll change into good life. It'll change into caring for yourself and balancing it out with this High Priestess, if you can see that. Sorry, I'm not used to this camera. Okay, so I think that's probably it. It's always, and it's the same message as earlier in the week, so it's just a little bit more detailed. There's one more. The wisdom of experience. What have we got? No, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like maybe I need to shuffle and draw another one. Yeah, that's what I want to see. I want to see, okay, what we want to see is like what what it is, like what's the thing that we need to put down? How do we stop this? How do we change it from being crazy obsessed with whatever it is that we're putting all our efforts into and not getting anywhere? How do we change that? How do we change that? How does that change? What's the action? What's the guidance? What's the truth here? So we have recharge your hopes, and we have stress and anxiety. That was reversed. So stress and anxiety reversed. And you love energy. Okay. I'm just going to pull one more. Oh, look, temperance. Temperance comes up as well. Okay, that's just funny because that's why it's balanced. Temperance is balanced, but temperance can also be, as I hear, um, you know, conscious relationship type thing. So we've got love coming up. This is a new, lots of new energy, new energy. So this is what we need to do is we need to clear out the old energy and raise your vibration. Um, raise your vibration. Somehow do the things that make you have fun, make you love life again, make you remember um, that the stress and anxiety isn't worth worrying about. It's just shit, really. That's all it really is. It's just shit. It's just shit that goes on in your head. Yeah. So here we go. Recharge your hopes. You have new love energy coming in, and maybe that's how we're going to change it. It's going to change. There's going to be this new energy. It doesn't necessarily have to be a new relationship. It can just be a new love of life. It could just be a new lease on life, which is going to recharge your hopes and bring you back to this balance kind of energy, where you can forget about this because this is upside down. So it's, it's reversed. Sometimes if you, it just depends on the cards around it, but as the other cards are positive cards, I'm going to take it as that this will leave your life. The swords will fall out because it's upside down. Yeah, I hope you got a good message out of that. I know I certainly did. It was a pretty interesting read. It's kind of interesting how it's the same energy but a little bit more deeper than the last reading that I did. I find that happens a lot. If you would like a reading with me, personalised reading, because that was just a collective reading, so if you want to find out what's really going on for you and get in depth with it, you can book a reading with me at Luminescence Heart Centered Healing on Facebook. I also do healing, so I can remove blocks. I can do a psychic healing session where I can find what's in your energy field, what's blocking you, get messages sometimes from your loved ones, sometimes from your guides. If you're a twin flame, sometimes I can communicate with your twin and get messages from them while I'm there. And yeah, remove all of the things that you no longer need and help you work through all of that sort of stuff with my healing sessions, which are organic, unique healing sessions. No one else does this healing because it's just uniquely mine. So, what else? Oh yeah, I do mentoring as well. Nearly forgot what I do. So yeah, if you're interested in any of those things, you can come see me at Luminescence Heart Centered Healing on Facebook. Then yeah, have a chat with me, see if we can work together, if what I do is going to be a good fit for you and a good fit for me. And thank you and good night. Have a lovely evening or day, depending on where you are.